Breaking news, Justin. Over 120 bandits reportedly eliminated in a joint military raid. Yes, you heard that right. This is a major operation by Nigerian security forces, and it is already making headlines. Now, I want you to stay with me, follow every detail, and while we go through this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can always stay updated with real-time news and verified stories. So, let's get straight to it. Earlier this week, Nigerian military forces in a coordinated operation moved against bandit groups in the northern states. The operation reportedly targeted several camps and hideouts used by these criminal networks. These bandits have been terrorizing local communities for years, committing kidnappings, robbery, and attacks on innocent civilians. The government has been under increasing pressure to respond decisively, and this operation is part of that effort. From what is being reported, this raid was intelligence-driven. That means the military didn't just go in blindly. They had information about where the bandits were operating. Coordinated operations like this involve the Army, Air Force, and sometimes special units. Airstrikes may have been used to weaken bandit positions, while ground forces moved in to secure areas and neutralize threats. Now, 120 bandits is a significant number. Even if the exact figure is being confirmed, the scale of this operation indicates a serious blow to bandit networks. This is not a small skirmish, this is a large-scale military response, and it reflects how seriously the Nigerian government is taking insecurity in these regions. While celebrating this action, it is also important to remember that military operations have consequences. Reports have indicated that sometimes civilians are affected unintentionally during raids, though there is no confirmed report of civilian casualties in this specific operation yet. Nevertheless, the focus remains on restoring peace and security to the affected communities. I also want to mention that this raid is part of a broader context of security challenges in northern Nigeria. Just recently, there were incidents of abductions and attacks in schools, which has brought national and international attention. Communities have been living under constant threat, and these military responses are critical in sending a clear message to criminal networks. They cannot continue terrorizing citizens without consequences. You see? What makes this story even more interesting is the way these operations are being conducted. The Nigerian military has been increasingly using a combination of intelligence, surveillance, and rapid response. Air reconnaissance helps identify bandit camps, and when the strike comes, it is precise and targeted. Ground forces then move in to ensure that the area is secured, rescuing any captives and preventing bandits from regrouping. This also highlights how technology is playing a role in modern military operations. Drones, satellites, and advanced communications help the forces coordinate effectively. It's a big step forward from older methods of security operations, which often relied solely on ground troops without much real-time intelligence. Now let's talk about why this matters to ordinary Nigerians. First, the people living in affected areas can feel a sense of relief. Communities that were under threat of abductions, robberies, and attacks now have a chance to begin rebuilding their lives. Markets, schools, and homes that were previously considered unsafe can now operate with some level of security. Second, this operation sends a strong message to bandit networks across the country. It shows that the government is committed to taking decisive action and that intelligence-driven raids can be effective. Criminal groups may think twice before carrying out attacks in regions under active surveillance. However, it is also crucial to recognize that eliminating bandits is only one part of the solution. Long-term security requires addressing the root causes that drive people into banditry: poverty, lack of education, and limited economic opportunities. While military action disrupts criminal activities, lasting peace comes from improving livelihoods and ensuring communities have support. Throughout this story, it is clear that communication is key. Nigerian authorities have been issuing statements to reassure the public that operations are ongoing and that safety measures are being taken to protect civilians. Media coverage helps in keeping citizens informed, but it's always important to cross-check numbers and reports, as figures in the early stages of news can sometimes be exaggerated. Even beyond the borders of Nigeria, this has regional significance. Bandit networks and terrorist groups sometimes operate across borders, moving between Nigeria, Niger, Cameroon, and Chad. By taking strong action within its own borders, Nigeria contributes to stability in the broader West African region. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on the human side of this story. Behind every raid and every number reported are real communities. Families who have been living in fear, children who couldn't go to school safely, and farmers whose livelihoods were constantly under threat. Military operations like these are meant to restore hope and allow people to live without fear. And as we discuss this, I want to remind you again, like this video if you appreciate updates like these, and subscribe for more real-time news and verified information. Share this video with your friends and family so they can also stay informed about important developments. While the focus here is on bandit elimination, the Nigerian military and government are also focusing on rebuilding. Security is only sustainable when communities are empowered to protect themselves and rebuild their lives after such operations. This includes infrastructure, schools, and healthcare services so that areas affected by banditry can fully recover. Another aspect worth noting is coordination. Joint military operations involve multiple branches of the armed forces, sometimes working alongside local authorities. This coordination is crucial for success because it ensures that intelligence, logistics, and strategic execution are all aligned. Without this level of organization, operations may fail or cause unintended consequences. The scale of this operation also means that planning likely started weeks, if not months, in advance. Intelligence gathering, mapping of bandit positions, and strategic decisions all play a role. It's not a spontaneous action, it is carefully calculated to maximize results while minimizing risks. Even as this story unfolds, analysts are likely watching for the next moves of remaining bandit networks. They may try to regroup in less monitored areas or form smaller cells to avoid detection. Continuous monitoring and follow-up operations are necessary to prevent a resurgence of criminal activity. It's also interesting to observe public reaction. Many Nigerians are relieved and optimistic when news like this comes out because it shows that action is being taken. However, there are also voices urging caution, highlighting the need for transparency, civilian protection, and long-term strategies beyond just military operations. In addition to the immediate impact, operations like these create an opportunity for dialogue between the government and local communities. Authorities can engage with citizens to understand their concerns, address gaps in security, and create trust between security forces and the public. Trust is essential for sustainable peace. The broader context also includes political implications. When a government demonstrates effectiveness in addressing insecurity, it strengthens public confidence. On the other hand, any misstep or misreporting can erode trust. That's why accurate reporting, responsible journalism, and clear communication from officials are all critical. As we continue to watch this story, it is clear that Nigeria's fight against banditry is ongoing. There will be successes, there will be challenges, and the ultimate goal is to restore peace and stability to all affected regions. So, if you are following this story closely, stay engaged. Comment below your thoughts on this operation. Do you think the reported number is accurate? How do you feel about the way the government is handling insecurity? Remember to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss future updates and detailed coverage on the ground. Every operation like this sends a message not just to bandits, but to communities, that their safety is a priority. And that is something that resonates deeply with everyone living under threat of insecurity. Even after major raids, continuous monitoring, intelligence gathering, and community support remain essential. Banditry is not a problem that disappears overnight. But decisive actions like this show progress and commitment. In conclusion, This reported elimination of over 120 bandits in a joint military raid, whether the exact number is confirmed or slightly off, represents a significant moment in Nigeria's security efforts. It shows a combination of intelligence, coordination, and military capability. It offers hope to affected communities, sends a warning to criminal networks, and highlights the importance of ongoing vigilance and community rebuilding. And I will say it again, if you are following this story, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay connected, because we will continue to bring you accurate updates, expert analysis, and insights into what is happening on the ground.